You knew this was going to happen. After millions of you went to college football games all over the country on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Dr. Anthony Fauci and CNN are upset with you because you chose to go to college football games. And not surprisingly, today, you knew, look, we've had crowds in Major League Baseball games for an entire season. We're almost finished with the Major League Baseball season. We have had indoor crowds for NBA games. Almost finished the season with crowds everywhere. Indoor, didn't matter. Dr. Fauci and CNN took aim at the fact that they say it's not safe for college football fans to be present. Let me just kind of discuss this with you in detail. You've been lied to. For the vast majority of Americans, COVID has never been an actual danger. For the vast majority of you who are under the age of 70, you have a greater than 99.4%, I believe it is, chance of surviving even if you're under the age of 70. If you're young, you're under more danger of dying in a traffic accident. You're under more danger of being murdered. You are under more danger of the seasonal flu. Let me repeat this. For college-age kids, younger high school kids, elementary school kids, for sure. If I said as a parent, I'm terrified for my kids to go to school because I'm afraid that somebody might murder them on my walk to school, a lot of you would say, my God, Clay, have you actually looked at the data? Maybe you should try and live somewhere else if you're that afraid. If I said, hey, I'm terrified for my kids to go to school in the morning because I'm afraid I'm going to die in a traffic accident. If I said, hey, I'm not going to let my kids play football or soccer or baseball because I'm afraid we might die on the drive to the practice fields, all of you would say, man, maybe you need to do a little bit better at assessing risk. That's where we are for much of the country when it comes to young people and COVID. And what upsets the Dr. Fauci's of the world is masses of people are starting to realize that they have given up a huge percentage of their life, 18 months now, for a virus that has almost no risk to them at all. That's what you've done. If you have been unwilling to go to sporting events, to let your kids go to school, to let your kids play sports, to go on vacation, to get on airplanes, you have statistically a 0% chance of death from COVID. That's what I have. I already had COVID. I had COVID last year. I still have COVID antibodies. I didn't change my lifestyle. I said, hey, I'm probably going to get this thing. And when I get this thing, statistically, I'm going to be fine. And I'm going to rely on the data and the statistics. And I'm going to live my life as I would ordinarily live my life. I was at the stadium in Neyland, along with tens of thousands of other people. And like millions of you who are college football fans, I went to a college football game this weekend. I tailgated multiple places, both in Charlotte for Georgia Clemson and also for Bowling Green in Tennessee. And you know what I had? An incredible time. And you know what I found? People having incredible times. All stripes of life, white, black, Asian, Hispanic. It didn't matter. Everybody was coming together in a common spirit of excitement, anticipation, and joy surrounding college football. And it's no surprise that Dr. Anthony Fauci, who, by the way, we should mention, more evidence came out today that he has helped to ensure that gain-of-function research was taken care of at the Wuhan virology lab and the Wuhan animal lab there with your tax dollars. It's like the media won't cover the fact that we probably paid for much of the research that led to COVID being unleashed into the world. Our tax dollars went for gain-of-function research on bats and the coronavirus, and it's almost certain that this was human-created and that it escaped from a lab, and that after being human-created and escaping from a lab, China covered it up and allowed this to spread all over the world, such that a lot of people have gotten it, and really the only way out of COVID is through herd immunity. That's what we're ultimately ending up here, because they're already talking about a fourth different shot in Israel. They're already mandating a third shot. United States, they're talking about a third different shot. And again, let me repeat the data here. We have twice as many people hospitalized for COVID this Labor Day as we did last year. And remember, the Biden administration came in and they said, hey, we're going to solve COVID. We're going to manage this better from the White House than the Donald Trump administration has. And guess what's happened? There now are twice as many people hospitalized for COVID right now on this Labor Day weekend than there was last year in 2020 for Labor Day weekend. Seems like a pretty significant detail.